I'm already in my 20s, just chilling every so often without a care in the world. While most of my friends and classmates would talk about their jobs as doctors, lawyers, managers, or teachers, I chose to simply lay back as I constantly waited for my parents to pay my bills. Thanks to the old geezers, I didn't have a problem being unemployed. As far as I was concerned, I had everything I could ever want and need. So, as a fat, lazy lard, I'd lock myself in my bedroom, playing my favorite online games, as I rammed potato chips in my mouth, flushing them down my throat with a can of beer. However, just when I thought everything was perfect, my parents suddenly barged into my room one day, cussing me into getting a job.
Get a job! We can't look after you forever, son! I mean, look at you! You're nothing but a massive blob!
Don't you have a dream, Louie? Isn't there anything you'd want more than just sitting around here all day?
Teary-eyed, my mom asked.
Your mother's right. There's gotta be something.
My dad said, eyes scanning the four corners of my room, apparently disgusted. However, I remained fixated on the TV without glancing at my parents and replied, "Nope, I'm happy with the way things are."
Why, you little shit! I ought to beat the funnel cakes out of you!
I knew my dad wanted to hit me, but my mom was always there to stop him. Since that day, it became a daily routine for my parents to knock on my door and into the room, just to give me one hell of a pep talk. And the worst part was that I had to endure it every day. However, as the weeks passed, I eventually got used to it. And my parents' incessant rants would come and go like public utility vehicles. So, as a result, I would live my days consuming anything I found in the fridge, ordering pizza and all sorts of junk food online, while playing games all day without contributing anything useful to the house. But it's not as awful as it sounds. My parents were still healthy and strong enough to accomplish tasks independently and earn vast amounts of money. So, if you really think about it, why should I step in and tire myself out unnecessarily? Isn't it the responsibility of parents to constantly watch over their son regardless of age? Everything was in its proper place, and as far as I was concerned, I was living the dream. My mother would sometimes display the bills for the internet, telephone, groceries, and online games on the table, hoping she could persuade me. However, I remained reluctant to change my lifestyle and didn't pay for a single thing. So when Thanksgiving Day finally arrived, I yelled at my mom to bring me my favorite dinner. It was a special kind of meatloaf I would always request for every Thanksgiving, and without it, my day would be incomplete. "Mom! Thanksgiving dinner! Now!" I hollered even louder when I felt she wasn't paying attention to me. "Mom! The meatloaf! Come on! Step on it, will ya?" Moments later, I could hear heavy steps climbing up the stairs, and when my dad swung the door wide open, he said,
"That's it, Louie! We're no longer paying your bills!"
We're not your slaves, Louie. We're your parents.
It didn't really matter that my parents reprimanded me. However, when my dad said it was time for them to stop paying my bills, the first thing that came to my mind was the end of online gaming. I was devastated. It was something I could never let go of. And besides that, where would I get all that sumptuous food? "Outrage," I replied. "You can't do this to me, you traitors!"
Oh, yes, we can.
My mom yelled.
And that's not all. We're kicking you out if you don't get a job in the next month. You got that, Louie?
Did I hear that right? Surely these two were only having a rough day, and neither could have meant what they said. Mom, Dad, don't you think you're being a little too dramatic right now? It's Thanksgiving, for crying out loud.
I don't think you understand what Thanksgiving means, son.
My dad replied. His gaze penetrated through my skin. Downtrodden, I stood up from my chair, sobbing, frustrated that there were two of them and just one of me. Apparently, there was no way I could win against the majority. Hence, with all my strength, I pushed them out of the room, locked the door, and hollered, Leave me alone or I'm calling the cops!
Louie, this is for your own good.
You're lucky you have 300 pounds on me!
As I heard my parents' footsteps slowly fading away, I crouched in a corner, repeatedly asking myself, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna stay? None of my parents are gonna give me the special treatment I require. Crap! How am I gonna eat? And what'll happen to my computer and to all my games? This is not happening. It's only a bad dream. Pull yourself together, Louie. However, moments later, when my tears had run out,
That's it, Louie!
Let's beat down this
Lower, Miss Dimple! Lower her! Hurry, hurry! Lower, Miss Dimple! Darling, here!
I know you're lying! Where's Eddie?
Flanagan! The title of this movie is The Lark Angel.
No! Shut up! Tell me where Eddie is!
Isn't it?
Yes.
Here's an angel! Can you tell me who here's an angel?
Why, you are, darling, sweetheart, celebrity, darling. Angel?
That's right! I am an angel! I am an adorable little angel!
I ran away and abandoned my car. When I got to a safe distance, I called the cops.
Especially that one!
Whoa!